Hey guys and gals, let's continue on with the Lion Knight's Castle by Lego Icon, set number 10305, and it contains over 4,500 bricks. So, we just finished Manual 1, now we're moving on to Manual 2, and in today's installment we're going to be focusing on bags 14 through 16. So, now we're building the second portion of the castle, which is this right here. And yeah, let's take a look here at what we got. And my apologies about the angle and the lighting on these, but so that's what we'll be focusing on right here in this manual. So let's begin with bag 14. So we're going to need the remainder of these plates. So I'm taking bag 14 as the base. Okay, pour that right out. All right. And I'm just going to unbag everything. Now, for a quick summation from Manual 1 of my thoughts, I am pretty happy with the build quality. The build experience is really good. Just had one incident with that door that we were putting on that one little cottage thing, but other than that, I haven't had any real big major issues. So, let's get going. So let's build it. We'll start with that first. We always got to start somewhere. So, and yeah, I was going to do this the other night, and I had found out my camera was full, so I had to unload it. And in addition, right now I'm editing, well, I'm processing videos and uploading at the same time. So I'm doing reviews, but this one here is the one I want to do. Okay, I'm doing two reviews right now that are required. I don't know when I'm going to have those done, but I think the main goal is to get the castle done and just play with it. And I've been kind of promoting this channel on my main channel just to get more people on here. Because this is the place you really want to hardcore ask questions and stuff. You know, we'll talk more about certain topics in here and stuff like that. So, you know, for those who don't want to, that's fine. You just miss out. And that kind of thing. Alrighty. And we got to sandwich this thing together here. So we're using stud flowers as fillers, it looks like. What we're doing here. So for those who are just tuning in, I'm going to have these all dumped in a playlist when I get 3 of them. I've only got 2 published right now. I think this is number 3, number 4, number 5, I forgot. And well, we got to stick a plate at the bottom here. Like that, I believe. There we go. And, okay, this goes here. And so basically what I do in these is I just talk and just build. That kind of thing. And talk about the build. I got to turn something off. Hold on. And we don't need to be hearing the police radio going off right now and all that stuff, but that's pretty much what I've been doing. And I'm tripping over Lego bags. I've been doing sets after set after set. I thought I was going to be done with this. No, I'm not. So I'm trying to do is get rid of a lot of the required stuff that Lego sends me first. So this is something I want to do. So I've been doing a lot of interludes. So if you see that I'm missing a few days of uploading on here, it's because I did other videos in that time. Okay, so if you're thinking, well, Jay, you missed posting a video. No, I didn't miss posting a video. That's just what it is. I think that goes like that. There we go. And so it's not like I'm missing a section or anything like that. I'll have them in a playlist. Wow, that's really seamless. Look at that. So yeah, So I don't know when I'll have the rest of these uploaded to YouTube, but I'm going to try to do them swiftly as possible. That's the goal. That's the intent, is to preserve my work on YouTube and my thoughts and feelings and stuff like that. I need another one that's backwards. That's the other way around. You get too many gray pieces, you're just kind of like, what do you do? So I'm looking for a slope here. Put that upside down so I'll know. I'm missing another one of these here. So yeah, once you get through the build, it's not too bad. Like, I don't need this one here. Just start pulling out slopes until you find the right one. And okay, I found this one here. Now I need that piece that goes in there. I had one person comment a while ago saying I build slow. You know, these are just meant as complete builds. You know, I've kind of gotten to the point where I'm about to make a special YouTube channel and call it short retention videos. It'll be the same thing I'm posting on my main channel on here, but it'll just be speed builds with piano music. And I'm kind of at that point where I'm ready to do that. And be like, here you go. I'll probably put in the description, if you can't handle the lengthy videos, here, you can watch these instead. Okay, I found that slope. I can't please everybody, I guess. All right. So, remember, I've been pulling out all the slopes here. Now, slopes in gray are pretty good, not only for roofing, but they're also good for making terrains and stuff. So if you're interested in terrain building, there you go. All righty. Okay. And we use a hinge here to, well, that won't do any good. We use a hinge to lock this joint. So this is not meant to be hinged or anything like that. They're just using this to lock in joints. Like that. So, yeah, I got to watch my camera's memory on here. I've been filling it up too fast. I've actually been filming more than editing, so I don't like to edit videos. So like right now I edited one. And honestly, you think after all these years I would be used to hearing my own voice? No, I'm not. I don't know. Some people say my voice sounds soothing, but I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know, really. And that goes there. Where does that go exactly? Okay, we need to make that, but what I need to do is start on this side here first, and then this weird thing goes here. This is probably used for a locking mechanism there. And okay, we go around here. And I need a corner brick. I remember corner bricks were starting to come out when I was like close to my tweens. Maybe in my tweens, I don't know. And they were pretty cool to have. And then I fell into my dark ages. Need another hinge. Well, we really are locking this thing down with hinges, aren't we? This is strong here. This ain't going anywhere. That's strong. And I don't think I have any interesting things to tell today. Just trying to survive the day and all that stuff. Okay, we're done with that. Next step is to take this dark azure plate. That's a pretty color. I need to get a few more in that. And set that right in there. Now the build is starting to get pretty large. All right, and then we need another one of those plates right here. and a tile to lock it in. That won't stay in there by itself. Okay, what we got here? Okay, and then this guy looks like it goes right here. Now, kind of looks like more we're building like some kind of moon scene. And then we got to build a lot of small stuff here to slide that big thing out of the way. We'll need that later on, but not right now. And I need to keep the parts over here close to me. Yeah, I got done with 2 sets Lego sent me for review, and I just finished them up. And somebody had mentioned, and I was getting caught up on comments, I sound like an old cranky adult reviewing the Mario sets. Why do I even bother? Why don't you make them positive? And I just gave the guy 2 big Lego YouTubers who do reviews. I said, here, watch their videos. They're positive. They sugarcoat their reviews. I don't. And never heard anything back from the guy, so I think he went over there. But Jay, you're giving them your competition. No, I'm getting rid of a headache. Somebody gets that rude with me and complains about me being blunt honest with them. Here, go over there. I don't want to. I mean, yes, I'm sending my competition a headache, and I don't have time for that. You know, I mean, constructive criticism is one thing, but calling me boring and saying this, you know, if you're really going to go that route, I'll send you somewhere else. I really don't want to deal with you. I mean, eBay sellers do it. I guess I can do it too. Right, so we use this as a pivot point right there. Alrighty. And yes, it does save a headache. Because I don't want to deal with somebody's negativity. I mean, I could lie to you and say this is the best set in the whole wide world, but this is the truth. I'm enjoying this build, so it wouldn't be a lie if I told you that it wasn't. Like, I could sit here right now and say this is the worst set in the whole wide world, but then again, I'd be lying to you again. I'm not here for views. I'm here to enjoy the hobby. All right. And to give my 2 cents worth. But I've had some people say, I appreciate your honesty, but I think you're missing the point of these sets. And they'll kindly just guide me through it. I'm like, okay, well, I see your point, you know. Versus somebody says, oh, what are you're a cranky old person. What are you complaining about? No. I'll get you on my bad list, my naughty list real quick. All right. We got this right here. Yes, you're going to have to really muscle this in. And some people had unsubbed because I was doing the harsh reviews on the Mario sets. I get maybe I should, you know, and you know, come to think of it though, guys and gals, I'm not gonna lie on here. I have other things to do, and besides, you know, I'm not a politician. All right, I'm not here to lie to you. Well, you know. All right. I don't know what that goes. Is this like a boat ramp? It's backwards. I don't know what that is. Okay. I think this goes here. The round stuff sometimes gets kind of confusing. And oh, the one there. Yeah, so I pretty much have got about 80% of the videos planned for this year. Now, I can always change as I go. Usually it depends on the tutorials and stuff, what I want to do. But I always write down a list. A friend of mine said, you need to start writing this stuff down. You know, you're going to forget a lot of this stuff. And he was right. So I started writing a lot of these ideas down, because instead of just trying to come up with it on the fly or trying to remember what I thought of, I've been writing a lot of the ideas down. And it's been helping out because it's a good way to just say, okay, I got a bunch of stuff. I got a bunch of tutorials. A lot of big stuff. Big tutorials like cars and travel trailers and stuff like that. And I'm only going to do up to 52 tutorials a year. I'm not going to do a whole bunch. So one a week is enough for me. I'll leave that. We'll leave the bulk uploads to the professional LEGO YouTubers. Yeah, you're going to have to put a flower right in there too. That was kind of a challenge. I mean, some of these steps are pretty brutal. They got a bunch of parts in them too. Now LEGO's generously starting to use a lot of these 3x3 plates. I guess they realize that this part is very handy. I often get them to bring out a 5x5 plate would be cool. Pretty soon I think they'll probably bring out more odd numbered pieces. And there's a frog that goes right there. It must be part of the moat or something. Got some stepping stones. Probably a little passageway in there. We don't know yet. And today it's in the 60s. Oh, by the way, today is January 13th, 2023. So it's Friday the 13th. And I think that takes care of all the moat. I wish LEGO would have done a different. Use regular blue, because a lot of us have the regular blue plates, not the dark azure. Alrighty. And working back right here. Some people found the Mario sets though entertaining when I was going boing, 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 ding, 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 ding. I had one guy though said, why don't you just stop being cheap and break down and buy a starter course? And I'm like, now I'm getting pretty brutal. I'm like, well, send me the money and so I can get it, because I'm not spending my part money on that. I want to buy parts, not some starter course I'm going to have sitting on a shelf. All right, and I think that's it for that right there. All right. Well, this one's kind of funky here. All right, we need one of these round plates. Wait, hold on. Before we put the plate in there, I need to get a tile. It looks like the tile comes even with this one here. And this guy did go on and says, why do you even ask LEGO to send this stuff to you? Because I don't know what half the stuff is they send to me. I just have to guess. So this is, are you interested in this offer? It just gives you a really brief one-liner description of what it is. Like LEGO Super Mario. You have no clue what it is. So I'll accept. After that, I don't know. It could be a great build or a dud. And I don't have that kind of time to spend hours and hours and hours of doing research on stuff. Like this here is just for fun. I'm not going to research the history of this castle. I just want to build. I'm not much into LEGO. I'm not a LEGO historian by any means. I just come in here and I essentially build all day. And put that there. Oh, I got a 2x3 flat tile that sits right there. Yeah, I'm just waiting for videos to get done right now so I can start doing more. And that looks good there. All right. Yeah, I'm trying my hardest to keep the rantiness out of some of these. But some make it hard. But You're not gonna hear me rant about this set here. This is very enjoyable, so I'm not too. I'm not gonna be like, ouch, this is horrible. It's a good build, I can't lie to you. I'm not a politician, I can't lie to you on this one. This is simply just a great build all around. So I've not checked out the audio quality of the higher, the uncompressed version of these files yet. Still trying to find the service literature for my camera here. Like, it's not doing anything now. Once I decide to turn off the phone, it'll start singing to me. So one bit of advice to this castle here, I forgot to put something here. I think that goes there. Yeah, I forgot to put that in there. There's tons of pieces. Like right now I'm literally just going through. And like for example, you have to, I'll show you here. You actually, there's a lot of stuff. You have to work all the way around here, and you can easily lose track of pieces. Sometimes you'll see me go back and put a part in, like I did here with that, because sometimes I'll miss that piece. And like right here, this would have been easily missed too. It's just all about trying to find out where everything goes. So you try to plan it out. Some people will pull out the parts that they need. And we got some info here. At last, the dungeons, what a wonderful cells can be made here. What is that barrel in the original plans? The barrel in the original plans. They're probably referring to this barrel here. Maybe that barrel is for something nasty. We better not say it here. Okay. I've been looking to get a couple more of these. So, not sure what this right here is for. I think that goes there. Shows that it's there, and you put 2 round bricks. Maybe that's coal or something. That could be coal. I don't know yet. That's the beauty about doing Lego sets you don't know. Like we got this black thing that runs in here like this. Like what is that? A road? Is that a prehistoric road or something? A couple of these half round things go here. So I don't know, maybe it's tar. And this wraps around here. And then this goes up here, and I absolutely have no parts left. You know? Okay, and I think we're done with bag 14, obviously. And that's exactly what we did. All right, so now we're going to move on to bag 15. And it looks like we're building more terrain. And we got one smaller bag here with some accessories and little pieces. And before I do something silly, let's put the parts closer to me here. And let's start on it. I didn't see any extra stud flowers or anything in the last bag, so I don't know. Probably used all those up there. Okay, so now let's get back on to this. I think this is the front part right here. And the drawbridge or something goes here. All right. And I like these type of things too. I may get a few more of these just so I can not make a roof out of them, but use that for making the terrains and stuff. And yeah, I mean, we're ready to go here. And so yeah, let's start with this way. We're going to work our way here. I'm trying to find a better strategy for building this so I don't get lost. What makes it sad is I got this big giant counter here. Well, it's a small one. Over here is all empty. And I'm cramped in this little corner here trying to build. One of my buddies is like, why don't you start on that Lego room now that you were planning on? I said, because it would take me years to get it all cleaned out. I don't have that kind of time, and I want to build. I don't want to just clean. And that wouldn't be too much fun. Now, I did reposition the phone recorder in such a way to see if the quality is a little bit better. Okay. Okay, and then we need a stud flower here. Looks like this goes here. Let's start like that. That's how I see it right there. And we're going to focus here first. And what else? 2 plates and a jumper plate here. Are we doing copying Minecraft here? Here's the dirt and the grass on the top. Brittle brown, gotta be careful, that might break. Alrighty. And I think that's it there. I need to find myself a little window. Well, now I got to find the frame, but I found the lattice that goes inside of it. What color is it? Dark gray? Well, that's going to be a bit of a chore since everything on here is dark gray. And that's not a common window color I have either. I have white and black, but all right, let me see here. Because I'm going to have to mine for this one. Obviously, it's obviously one of them because I would see it if it was multiples, and I don't see it at first glance. Start pulling out all the dark gray stuff here until we find it. Oh, that's yeah, I hate when you get to the point you're starting to build, and it's like you got to find that one piece. There's only one of them in here. And I don't see it anywhere in here at all. Well, I know I have the right bag. Oh, here it is right here. All right, I'll find it eventually. I'm really surprised they don't make regular glass that fits in there. I was always talking about why don't they make some stained glass to put in there too. It would be really cool. That's right, this is the dungeons. So yes, bag 14 did the base. Bag 15, I believe, is doing the dungeons and the entry. And I believe that's it for that one there. And did I hit the recorder button? Yes, I did. Good. I've been labeling the recordings on the phone because when I was going through them, I was like, what does this do? And I had to play it and figure out what it went to. And I thought, well, I got to stop being lazy and I got to start, you know, listing all that out now. You know, make sure everything's listed. You know, they said today we're going to have a nasty storm blowing in, another rainstorm. Every time they predict a big rainstorm, nothing happens out here except for a light sprinkle. All the other places have been getting flooded, but here, you know, the weather out here is kind of boring. Kind of a jagged rock there. Out here, hearing rain or just seeing it is a treat. People out here still drive fast in the rain, though. They'll go really fast, and you hear on the scanner there's more accidents. People just not being careful. I'm like, just slow down and enjoy the ride. I think we're done with that there. It looks like we are. Okay. At least they're big pieces. They're not little things. And of course, we're not gonna put. Now we're gonna put some little stud flowers over here. But you know, that's to be expected. I got to get a few more of those. I'm ordering blue and coral. Blue hasn't been released yet, but I'm trying to. Okay, we don't need any more of those. And don't forget your profile brick behind the window here. And I think we're still going to have that hole left in there. All that space, and it's left open. I'm sure they're going to fill it in eventually. I got this in here. So now we just filled in. We just got a little tiny hole left. I'm not counting a crack like that. That's something you can't prevent, but I'd like to see it more seamless than just a pit that goes into the abyss. Wait a minute, hold on. I don't think that goes there. Oh, wait a minute. It's not a 2x3, it's a 2x2 there. It's like, what are we doing there? No, that goes there. That's there. And this angle thing goes here. All right. Okay, got around here and put that here like that. It doesn't look too bad. I think we nailed that out. And we are going to proceed on with here. Some of these profile bricks are facing the wrong way. It doesn't really matter. I think Lego just doesn't have enough sizes of these bricks to really get practical in the building stuff, so they just use what they have, like what typical mock builders do. Yeah, this is pretty much the style of builds that I like doing here, where they're just heavily detailed, lots of stuff. And it's just, you're getting a really rich, wholesome build here. Just heavily detailed. You know, that's the type of builds that I like building, you know, as mocks. And to get a set that's heavily detailed like this, Lego just needs to send me sets that are just heavily detailed. Because a lot of the reviews, I'm not getting the phone, I don't know who it is, but you are not, I don't want to be bothered right now. But I just like to really get into these. Well, Jay, why don't you just buy it? Usually I'll buy a set if I'm really interested in it. So like something like this, I probably would buy because this is heavily detailed. Only just because I have a friend that built it, and she said it's a really good build experience. So. And a 1x1 right down in there. No, that's not a 1x1. That's an angle brick. Yeah, you gotta really be careful in here. Really be careful. And there's a clip brick here. And a slope here. Okay. Yeah, it looks junky right now, but we saw the end result on the first part of the clamshell, so I'm assuming that this one's going to be just as good. We don't know yet because we haven't done anything. Well, maybe this is the entry point here. What is that there? And how I know that is because we're doing the big arches here. Or it could be a pass-through to something else. You know, we don't know. Let me rotate that back around because I'm working on how the book is showing things to me. And put that above that window there. Make those in profile form, Lego. That'd be really cool. A lot of us would appreciate that. Alrighty, that's done there. Now we got to do more build. Yeah, I've been wanting to build this, but now since I'm gonna get it done, I don't know when I'll have this set fully done though, but I'm hoping to have it done. I'm hoping to have it done before the end of this month. It just depends on how much of the set we have to build. And you do get a bat that's hanging upside down. And he just sits right here. And this one goes here. Okay, now we filled this in here with the brick. Yeah, this is really full. It is just every gap is just filled in. It is just, this is not just some junky old build. This is high end. Like I said, I'm not wasting my time. This is, if you're buying this and you're wondering if you're going to waste your free time, you're not going to waste your free time on this set here at all. Okay. That's a nice little entryway there. It's got stepping stones. I just wish I can just take a tour of this. Like, why can't I? You'll remember that game Lego Worlds, and at one point when they were in beta testing, they allowed you to import your own models in there. It was very limited. You couldn't do any snot methods or anything. But just imagine if you can import this into Lego Worlds and just go in and take a tour of it. I think more people would just probably do that. This would be like my base. Oh, why don't they do that? I don't know. I think Lego abandoned the Lego Worlds game. I mean, it was the right concept, but I think the thing is the game. For me, I was using it to put my MOCs in. And if you all remember the family suburban home I built years ago, the big one-story house that I did, I actually had that house in there. And I don't know if I still have the pictures of it for it or not. But you could import files, and I was so excited into finding out none of the stud methods worked, or the snot methods. So it was just kind of, it was fun to walk through the house. It was incomplete. The kitchen wasn't in there, but walking in there, I thought, man, this house is kind of small. you know, walking through it first person. And this is before you can open up doors and stuff, too. And it was just fun to walk through my own builds. And I thought, Lego, if we can just get something like that, would be really cool. I'm checking my work here, making sure I didn't forget anything. But I'm just like, that is the kind of stuff we need, is those type of builds. And you're going to need 4 of these little arch pieces back here, too. A lot of this stuff is just kind of tacked in right now. Oh, these are okay. I don't think I have any of those. I was looking at those thinking, I don't know. And so that was the thing about Lego Worlds. I think it just wasn't doing well, so Lego kind of just scrapped it. Thinking you guys could have done a little bit more with that game than just what it was. I was mostly into it for the building stuff to run through my own mocks, but yeah, no, that was short-lived. And it's like, no, that would have been a great game. I was hoping to be more like Minecraft. They said it was supposed to replace Minecraft. I remember I heard Lego and a lot of Lego enthusiasts, oh, this is going to cream out old Minecraft. Well, I don't know. Minecraft's still around after, what, 15 years? 13, 14, 15 years? And Lego... the Lego game's not even around anymore. You know? So what does that tell you? You know? Those right there. You know, that's a sad thing, though. All right, and then we're getting there here. Yeah, I got to get this done. I got 4 weeks left of freedom before I have to. Matter of fact, I think it's under 4 weeks now of freedom left before I go back to work. And yeah, I'm doing side jobs here and there, but kind of getting bored and restless, and just work is probably not the most fun thing to do in the world, but when you have nothing else better to do and you're just doing Lego all the time, it's like, yeah. Okay. Alrighty. And you also may hear some swearing because the neighbors are fighting. I got to make 2 of these. And yeah, sometimes that happens out here too, and I can't control what other people do. So if something comes in and offends you, it's not like I'm saying it's not like I'm cussing anybody out, but when it gets too bad, I'll have to stop the video. There we go. Probably for the drawbridge that goes in there too. And my apologies, you really can't see that. There we go. Alrighty. We got a little info here. The mighty elk shill. There be forest folk nearby. Forest folk. Alright, well, what kind of forest folk are we talking about, huh? Well, I thought this was the dungeon. Or is this part of the armory room here? And that went in too easy, actually. And here the shield goes in here. Oh. You know what? This would be perfect. A shield with a deer on it. Plus we got the deer. We also got the deer pieces too. Too bad you can't detach those deer heads from the deer, and you can mount them above your fireplace or something. Okay, so this must be part of the armory here. And then where's the dungeons at, huh? Or is this the sally port here to bring the prisoners into the castle? I mean, we don't know. You know. All right, making sure I still have memory left on the camera. All right. Yeah, so anybody who's getting this set now, they say it's rated for 18 years of age and up. I'm sure a kid could put this together if he or she's got the patience just to sit down and not get impatient. Because I know full-grown adults who get very impatient, and that's including me too. But for the most part, yeah, alrighty. And we still got a few more of these slopes here left. Where does these go here? Shows, okay, that's the arch. I already put this one here. Maybe that's it. Well, where does this piece go then? Am I forgetting something? Yeah, so where does this last piece go? Did I forget a... Oh, it goes back here. So I must have forgot a step there a while back. Because the next step now is 2 of these and 2 studs. Yeah, so far, it is what it is. Ooh, now we got to be careful with that there. And we got a little bit of a plant life growing on this as well. I've never known them to give me an extra one of these, but that's what it is. And that's what we have left for bag 15. Not too bad. All right. I think we're going to wrap up the installment with bag 16. And it says back in a body. Back in a body. Back in a body, that better, though it's not quite as I remember it. 28 years, it's too long to be without it. I think they're referring to Merlin the Magician. All right, so there are 2 bag 16s you're going to have to go through here. So let's see how far we can get with just this one here. You think they would just package it up in the smaller builds. All I found is Merlin's hat and his face, and then that's it. So where's the rest of Merlin? Probably in here. Bags within bags within bags. Oh yeah, so bag 16 is going to be mostly just big stuff. So let's just open up the whole thing here. Just dump it all out. Because by the time you get through the first 5 steps, you already got to unbag everything anyways. I've seen these before. This is a new type of thing they're using. So let's start pulling out all of Merlin's stuff here. I always think of Merlin the Magician, so I need to find his little bag that goes on the back. And here's his. Now he needs a beard. You know? Oh my goodness, they got a lot of parts in here, and that beard is white too, which is going to be hard to find on this table. Oh, there it is. Well, it wasn't that hard, it's just hard to pick it up. And then we'll put his head. It's only a single-sided head too, so nothing too special. All right, and then put his hat on there. And next we got to build some kind of scepter thing. So all these big pieces, and what are you doing? You're going to hunt for the smallest pieces first. And I don't know if it's a transparent crystal, but I don't see it in here. It's probably buried. One thing I can do instead of wasting time is not worry about it. Well, here it is. Never mind. There we go. So old Merlin's got to have his magical scepter to cast those spells on those trolls who like to pick on me, huh? There we go. He's all done. Merlin the Magician. Okay, so now we're building something here. I don't know what this is. Could be the entryway. Could be the chemistry room. I'm trying to think of the name for it. Where Merlin casts his spells at. Or he does a lot of the testing on people. I don't know what he does, to be honest. Okay, at least it's a small build. We don't have to worry about having the whole camera taking up space. Matter of fact, let me refocus in on it here. All right. Okay, Merlin, let's get your place going here. And we're going to see if we can breeze through this real quick here. I had breakfast this morning, but I'm already getting hungry. And so I'm not sure where this piece goes. Well, obviously, if it's got water, it's probably, that's probably the ground level. Of course, that doesn't make any sense. It could just be a terrace or something like that with some vegetation on it. All right, so let's clean this counter off here. How are we going to clean it? Let's just put all the pieces on here. That's how we're going to clean it. That's a nice color, as dark azure. There we go. And then there. Alrighty. Okay. So far the base has always looked like boring. The boring part of the build, but you got to do them. You have to do them. Well, we got some more inserts we got to read in here. Oh yes, the amber. I remember when the Black Knights first cast his eyes upon it. In the end, it drove him mad. Must be something in the chest or something. We'll get to that here in a second. All right. Matter of fact, I really haven't seen anything printed in here. Well, I see his magical wands. Probably need those eventually. That's probably where old Merlin sits. We'll call him Merlin. How about that? Got to give these guys a name at least. And I got to find a flat tile in here. Yeah, and you open up a new set of bags, it's like, wow, there's just so many pieces you're going to have to go through it first. Then it's up to you to clean up the mess. Like, okay, I'll clean this up. Let's start building. Let's build it. All right. And I need more of this color slope here. See if I can get a couple of those from Pick a Brick or on not eBay. Bricklink, there's a guy selling them probably for a few bucks a piece, and I'm like, I'm not roofing a whole house here. I just need just a little bit for roofing, and I've been trying to think of other ways to do roofing on homes and stuff other than that. Ooh, reddish brown treasure chest. I bet if I snap that in there, it's just going to turn into powder. No, maybe Merlin cast a spell on there where it won't break apart. All right, first things first. This must be the amber that they were talking about right here. And a stud, that's that color. And then we got coins in here. Oh, I take that back. They're printed. They got a little crown on them too. Pretty cool. We just got to drop 4 of those in there and hoping everything fits. Well, I don't think it matters how neat that's packed in, huh? And there's the last one there. Pretty cool. And the treasure chest just sits right here in the open where everybody can go steal everything out of it. It's up to us to put the walls around it. And I think that was just it. No, we got something else we got to build here. Okay, well, I found the top piece that goes to this, but where's the bottom part? It's like a bell piece. It's got a little sparkle by it, huh? I don't think it's that. Here it is, and yes, indeed, it is pearl silver. I have to get a couple of those in that color. That's pretty cool. And we got the coins, we got that, blah, 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 blah. Okay, we got everything done in there. Good. Another little insert here. A brown frog. I wonder what he was always that lovely color. Well, the way color is spelt tells me this is the European version of the manual. That lovely color. Well, the chocolate frog. And he goes right here. Well, we can't put him in yet. This is, I'm reading way at the bottom here. We got to do other stuff first. Wow, 1 by 12. Those are kind of rare. Wait a minute. Hold on. Oh, wait a minute. You're going to be tempted to do what I just did there. You want that brick to hang over by 1, and this goes here. All right. All right. Probably why they had that in a step all by itself. Okay, well, at least the treasure chest now is getting encased. I wonder if they're going to have some kind of wall element here to clear that. With this being a high-end set, I'm hoping they do, or have something back there. We got a brick here. Get a round brick here. Here, here, here. And the next thing here is a slope, and I think that's dark gray. Yeah, things are starting to disappear here very slowly, and we're still good on memory. So I'm checking. I'm not going to deprive you of your viewing pleasures and then have to explain, oh, I had to do that, so I check. And then there's the brown frog. Yes, this is a nice frog, but in reddish brown. I'm really surprised this hasn't broke yet since I'm trying to place it on the plate. Well, something's fallen off. So he was actually hard to put on. Especially if you have big hands, big fingers. And this goes here. Alrighty, that takes care of that step there. Okay, I was hoping not to see that. There is indeed a brick that goes right here. Wait a minute, let's start with the stud flower first. Maybe I'm looking at this wrong. Start with the stud flower there, and there's a wedge plate that goes this way here. And yes, there is a brick that goes behind here. So you won't be able to just easily open up this chest in place. So I would have to pull that out to access its contents. I was hoping that they weren't going to do that. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm kind of getting confused here. I'm looking at the step below it. Okay. There, that, and that stud flower there, and that plate, or that brick there. All right. And then Merlin, now come on, now behave. Don't be falling around, you know, you've been casting too many spells on yourself. Alright, okay, not too bad there. We got around that corner. I don't want to hear anybody complain saying that Lego went a little overboard on this set. I've been reading in some of the Reddit posts. I'm not going to mention which ones because some of them are kind of, I can't mention here, but a lot more adult builders want these style sets. And they're willing to pay the price for them too. And, you know, just by building this, I can see why, because you're not getting cheated out of the build. So yeah, there we go. That takes care of that part there. And all right, what step am I on now? 323. And this is a sub step here. So what I'm gathering is we're building the stairs here, what it looks like to me. So it could be just that. Let's get on that. Let's build it. All righty. Jay, your attitude changes when you do these type of sets. Yeah, because I like the really hard stuff. The challenging builds. The stuff that I get confused and have to troubleshoot. You know, nobody wants to do the easy stuff. I don't want to do easy stuff. I want it to be hard and challenging. Okay. And with this, you have to read a step or two ahead to find it exactly, because sometimes these arrows here, I can't really tell. So I just have to read ahead a little bit just to see. where they go. And we just have to kind of poke around here. Now, before I really start my surfing adventures, I have to get out and start going exercising and stuff, like jogging and stuff like that. To, you know, I've been cooped up in the house. You know, really haven't been doing much of anything. Sometimes I'll go for an occasional walk or jog, but I need to get back into all that before I do. You have to be fit when you do that type of stuff. The reason being is, you know, so you don't want to go down with the ship while you're out there. You know? Alright, let's see, that goes like that. Let me get those squashed 1x1 bricks, if I can find them. And we'll get started. There's a slope back there too, if I can find it. There we go. Okay. And they use these for the texture on the stairs. Now, like I said, there's some pretty good building ideas in here too. The only thing, if these are stairs, indeed, if they are, you really can't attach a minifigure to those. And that kind of thing. All right, let's start with the squashed thing here. And they shove it here. And then one of those snot bricks, not that one. I'm looking for the smaller one here. Where thou may be, I don't know. It means I'm going to have to, oh, there it is right there. That goes right on the face of that there. And we crown that off here. And then we got to come in here and put a tile right there. Okay. And I don't like doing this, stacking two plates on top of one another. Just taking those apart is like splitting the atom apart. Usually the 2x2s are usually really hard to do. You know, it's hard to split those apart. Merlin, now don't be hiding my parts. Okay, whoa, where are you going? Merlin, you're casting your spell in pieces, now you're having them roll after me now? For those who don't know, I like to joke around when I do these. I don't like just to make it stale. And if anybody wants a speed build of this, I will condense all the parts together and make it into just that. I'm missing this other piece here. Uh-oh. I just think it's in the PM hour too. This is an afternoon build and I'm already getting tired, but I slept good last night, so I don't know. Well, there it is. Let's say, do I have to start separating parts? Two 1x1 or 1x2 plates. You gotta find those and place those in there. And a 2x4 plate. This goes up like this. Like now I think it's going to be tilted around here. But we don't know yet because I haven't looked at the rest of the build. Okay, I think these are indeed stairs. And this is a lot of good building ideas in this set too. And I need two more of those slopes. I wish LEGO would bring out different sizes of this style, like inside, outside corners, maybe a 4x4 slope. Reason being is this would be a good roof slope piece for making more realistic looking roofs. Why they don't have them, I don't know. Or they just don't really have a practical use for them yet. Now I gotta look for this last slope here, and that's gonna come crashing down until I find it. We gotta find that part. Where is it at? I was going to do this build last night, but I was just too tired to even think about Lego. Plus, I was editing a video too, and I was editing a review. And this will be a review. We're going to do a complete walkthrough of this castle. Okay. Okay, so that takes care of that part. We're not done yet. We still got to put some more pieces on this booger too. And here, trying to think of how to hold that. There we are. It's asking for one of these like this. So now I'm mistaken it. We're going to be attaching this to something now, huh? And that's exactly what we're doing. Okay, so right here, we're going to attach it here. Now, before I really do, let me make sure, and then we can press that down. Let's see what it looks like in the back. Oh, I see. So it's going in here. Okay. And really press that down. We got a little bit of a hole in there. But what does that look like inside? Oh, that's pretty cool. Pretty dark in there, but it's cool. Maybe that's the window or something. I don't know. I think we're going to fill that up eventually, but... All right, so we have some little, probably pylons here. Yeah, I just wish I was small to kind of take a tour through this one. Okay, I think it's like that. Yes, it is. And alrighty, right here, and there's another one that goes right here. Yeah, we're slowly consuming the parts. And then I need to get a hinge piece here. Now, when I marry these two pieces together, I don't know. I think what I'll do after the build, when we get it all done, I'm probably going to just do a quick run through of everything and save the main review for the main channel, just because this is going to be pretty involved. All right, we need to make 2 of these. All right, we're covering up Merlin's window now. He can't see out. What am I saying, though? This set's high end. This is going to be well sealed up. And we just got around that corner there. Okay, cool. So, yeah, that looks pretty good. And how do these designers come up with this stuff, guys and gals? They just do trial and errors. Let me take a look here. I think we're missing something in the back. Okay, there was a piece in here. I was like, well, is that going to sink in? No, that goes in there. I would have used something else other than black for that, but that would have been me. Probably nougat or something. Maybe there's going to be something on top of that. I wonder how many people rage quit through this castle. Just kind of gave up instead of backtracking. Like, I quit. I can't put it together. It's too hard. Now, if I make a mistake, I'll just backtrack till I figure out what I did wrong. It makes the building experience a little bit more exciting. You know, you can't put it together right all the time. I do that with my mocks and my tutorials. I'll film something thinking, I don't like the way this looks, I don't like the way it feels, it didn't flow very well, and then I'll just go back to it. And then we come up with a better idea, a better perspective of things. Okay, well, there's a big old gap there. 2 of those, plate and profile brick. Okay, we gotta, okay, there's some on this side here too. All right. And yeah. When I do the labeling of the videos, the index, and I just call it minifigure. Build a minifigure and Merlin's chemistry lab. I'll think of the more formal name. There's an There's a formal name for it. I can't remember what it is. But I will put the correct names in there to index it correctly. Okay, now we got that locked together. So this set's a pretty good source for profile bricks. If you're willing to spend that kind of money to part it out, I don't think anybody will. And two, just gray bricks in general. But yeah, somebody said, well, if you're going to get your Lego room set up, why don't you just display some of these? And, you know, like I said, I'm not really much of a mock builder or a set builder. I mostly build mocks. So I'd rather display my mocks than sets. All right, rotate it around. And then we got to put this barrel in here. And it's telling me to break these apart here. And it looks like we're putting both of them in there. I'll put the handle at the top. And of course, what do you do with the leftover pieces? This is where it gets kind of wasteful. What do you do with that? You can save it, melt it, do whatever you want with it. I'll just toss it on my workbench for right now. All right. So we got to build a ladder next. Brittle brown, oh no. Okay. And okay, there's this little wine glass. There's probably some kind of an urn or something. And I think that's it for that one. How far are you going to get on this, Jay, today? While my camera's filling up, I can only do one session until I go through all the review stuff. So it'll be a while before I can even finish this castle up. I'm hoping today is to get done with these two early reviews, get them done, and just to kind of get them done, built, out of the way, so I can move on and do the fun stuff here. Wait a minute. Okay, we're going to have to be very careful here because, oh, I was like, what? Are these the same? Oh, no, they're not. It's like maybe they were just the same, just different sizes. Okay, that's how it goes. I was like, wait, are we missing something there? Well, no, I missed putting a tile in there. Let's take that out because I can't. Well, let's just take the whole thing out, I guess, huh? There's supposed to be a tile right here. Why? I don't know. Well, now that's really coming apart. Hopefully that's going to strengthen up there. And a 1x2 plate on that one right there. All right, yeah, and I didn't see it because the book was folded. I saw it like that, but no, they just tell you to put that in there. That's probably one of the advantages of using a paperless manual, is you get to see it a bit more. Okay, plate here. And the 1x4 brick there. And that's pretty much about it for that. And now we got to wrap around the whole top portion of this thing here. And yeah, I'll check the camera out, but I don't think I'll film any more for the day because I want to get on to working on some tutorials, finishing editing these reviews, and I'd like to get done with some building guides as well. Still working on the Michael Myers house. I haven't done anything with it. Now I'm starting to catch up on building guides right now and just getting very basic essentials done first before I get into the heavy stuff. And I'm craving for tomatoes again. I don't know what is with me. Vegetables, those are always yummy. So that must be a little window there. Just like right here will be a window. Let's see if I can get that in there. I don't know if this is going to get connected to that today or not. But when I do the photo shoot or the thumbnail, we'll just show what we worked on for the day. All right. And this arch goes, oh, it goes right above it. Oh, right here. Okay. Profile brick. And last one here. Now, we have to sew it up and get it done here. Where's those 3x3 plates at, huh? We could have used one there. Instead of piecing that little thing in there. And that's done with that. We still got a lot of flame pieces and stuff too, so speaking of flame, there we go. Just imagine these sets were around back in the 80s. My goodness. Parents would be broke. My parents wouldn't be able to get me something like this. This would have been way too expensive. Probably back in the 80s, this would probably be $250. And still, that would have been a lot of money. Oh, wait a minute. I was looking at thinking, what are we doing here? Okay, hold on. Once you get to this part here, then we merge it with this thing here. It goes like that. Okay, so we merge it with this piece here. Okay. I was like, I'm missing a bunch of parts. No, it's merged. And now we got to finish it up here. And now the book wants to be a bit of a turd. And this goes next to the hinge. Slope, okay, that's fine. I still got to build one more piece here. Yeah, at least I'm not bored with this one. It's not like one of those goofy Mario sets. At least this one here is fun to put together. Because it's hard. It's supposed to be complicated. Alrighty. And this goes right here. And we have a bunch of flame pieces. Well, we don't. We just have different sizes of each. We got a big one and a small one. I don't remember using the big one for anything. Maybe that was the amber we were talking about. And a bunch of little extra pieces. So let's go back and check our work real quick. Let me get a bookmark in here. Let's pull apart one of the headstones I built back through Halloween. I need a plate to shove in here right now for a bookmark for, we're going to start 17 later. And let's take a look here and let's make sure. I'm just going to browse through it real quick because we got that big flame piece. I could have missed something. Okay. Okay, we did have one there. So I think they just gave us an extra one. All right, that looks not too bad. Okay, so bags 14 through 16 weren't too bad. It's pretty interesting. It started off a bit slow, but you got to build the base, obviously. Let's take a look here. So obviously you can tell this is incomplete right now. So I think we're going to have to fill this in with some stuff here. And so I'm not sure where the entryway to this is. I think it might be this, or this merges to something else. We don't know. But just starting this build alone, I mean, that's just how it is. So this opens up. And it's seamless there, too. That's really cool. So, not sure what the black stuff is still for. Won't know until we finish building it though, but I like the walkway up to here. So obviously this is a pathway, probably a boat here. Maybe we're making a boat or something. I got plenty of those little canoes that I could use. So yeah, for my final synopsis of this build, it's pretty good. Which way would I face this when I do the filmography? Probably like that and set old Merlin there. But yeah, I think so far, bags 14, whoa, bags 14 through 16 are pretty good. So tell me what you think. Pretty good build so far? Stay tuned for the next installment.